Well, welcome everybody. Welcome back. It's AJ, your average gamer 714 across all of these channels. Check it out, man. We got some we are back on NASCAR 25 today after taking a day off and then doing some Call of Duty with my brother yesterday. We are back on NASCAR 25. So what we got for you today, pretty self-explanatory as the title says. We got career mode, and then we got some online racing. We'll see how far we get into the career mode today. We might do, I don't know, 3, 4 weekends worth of racing, something like that. We'll see what happens. It could be a fun time. It could also not be a fun time. Who knows? We'll we'll definitely try to have a good time. All right. So I hope that you guys are doing well on Saturday. I hope that you guys are doing well. I hope that you guys are having a good day today, having fun doing it, whatever you're doing, whether you're tuning in here today or you are, out and about doing stuff. Just don't be watching us while you're driving. That's bad. That's bad. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, without further ado, we'll get you right on into the game here. Bam, bam. There you go. So, if you are just tuning in for the first time, we are in season 2 in the truck series here. We ended off going into week 11 to go to Kansas. We'll check out our lifetime profits still in the negative. Ouch. Very much an ouch. But our overall profits still in the positive. Thank God for that. Let's see here. So we got we'll definitely get that 7 or we already did actually get the Xfinity series. When does the Cup series unlock? Not exactly 100% sure. But yeah, let's see here. We got we are ready to race, but let's see if we do have 100%. Okay, so we do. So that's good. So our schedule coming up looking like Kansas, North Wilkesboro. That's going to be a dogfight for sure. Charlotte. That's going to be a fun time. And then Nashville. So those are at least our next 4 weekends here. So we got Kansas, North Wilkesboro, Charlotte, and Nashville. The one race I'm not looking forward to that's coming up is Pocono. I don't know how I'm going to do there, and then Lime Rock. That one might be a kick in the butt here, but we'll see. We'll see. I swear this reminds me of the old Ream and Rudd paint schemes that Ty and Austin Dillon ran in the truck series, like from like 2015 on. It reminds me so much of that. Turning up my brightness on my monitor just to take care. All right, so it is a doubleheader weekend, so we got both the ARCA and the truck series, so that's cool. I think we'll leave our race length at 25% because we did turn on those stage racing for the truck series, so there's that. I think we'll look for some custom setups, scour the internet, see if we can find some for Kansas. Kansas should, in quotes, should be an easy-ish racetrack to go fast at. All right, we got the ARCA series to go to first. All right, so let's see if we can find us some ARCA setup. I'm sure that we can. I've been using the same guy for setups actually for a little while now. His name is Doc Throttle. And his setups have been pretty good through the Arkham Menard series and the Truck series so far. Some of them burn up the right front a little bit, so I kind of adjust some of them. Some of them you definitely have to adjust just a little bit. But his setups are actually pretty well balanced. I like them a lot. So yeah, we're at Kansas here, so let's see here. Yeah, it seems like he definitely put out these setups in order in a career mode, perhaps. Because these are like in perfect order for career mode, unless that's just a coincidence. So these setups are actually really really easy. Like I said, some of them are a little on the tight side, so I do make some adjustments on them.
Pull them belts tight and let's get out there. All right, let us know what the car needs.
So let's see here. We're working with a 35, 7 and 7. Yeah, this sounds like a familiar setup just because of how smooth the racetrack is. Sure. See, we got 415 in the rear, probably 7 and 7, which is right. 16 in the rear. All right, that's cool. 35. Wow, I didn't actually expect to have the same spring rate in the front. I expected it to be a little bit different. We got 28, and then we got -5. We got 480 in this rear, and then we got 7 and 7. All right, pretty self-explanatory. And then we got 25 in the rear here. I like to take his. He doesn't adjust the camber a whole lot on his setups. I've noticed that. So if you're looking for setups, by the way, you could definitely take a screenshot of this live. I'll make a note of what that rear sway bar is because I know that my head's in the way and you might not be able to see it. You might barely see it, but you might not. So he doesn't move his camber a lot. I like to take the camber on the right front down just a little bit. It'll help from your temperature hotspot on the inside part of the tire from getting too hot. Especially if you're like me and you brake kind of late. It helps with that. Other than that, like I said, his setups have been pretty bang on. I haven't had a whole lot of a problem with any of them, really. I just go out for the practice. We hit the practice real quick. I don't know why his thing's not at 53%, but we're gonna move ours up to 53%. So my general rule of thumb with this guy's setup, Mr. Doc Throttle, is I immediately will change the wedge and the let's see here, the nose weight. His nose weight can be a little on the light side. But I like to keep a 2% difference in between the wedge and the front nose weight, as you can see here. So, I'll typically, if they're not both at 100, or I'm sorry, if they're both not at a full number, like if this is at 48.5 or whatever, and this is at 51.1, I'll take whichever's at the closest full number. And I'll take it to that full number. So if it's at like 50, so if it's at 48.8 or 49.7, I'll go up to 50. If it's at 50.2, I'll go down to 50. I'll take it to the closest one, and then I'll go -2 pretty much on the wedge. And that's what I'll set the wedge to. And then that will be my baseline setup. That'll be the baseline that I use. I'll go out and do some practice
laps in, see what we got,
and see how it feels. I'll take a look at the tire, the wear on the tire.
Okay, driver, let's see.
And then I'll adjust from there.
Careful merging back in now.
Alright, so this setup actually feels really well balanced going into one. I could already feel that. Do I have custom steering settings? Yes, I do, actually. I do have custom steering settings. So yeah, this setup actually feels really nice and balanced. I have equal tire wear already, and I'm able to run the mid and the high line. So we like that.
Clear inside.
We're just off of our goal time, so that's not horrible. See what happens if we drop it down and run a little bit lower here. I do have custom steering settings, and we do use the pit road adjustments since they did put that in the game yet. I can show you what my custom steering settings are if you need some help with that. I know a lot of people have been struggling lately. Alright, so we're just off of our goal time, which our goal time is the top 3. So that's not... I mean, that's not bad. It's not bad.
How's the car, boss?
You're on default? Okay, well, here's what we'll do. I'll pause and I'll show you my settings. Go ahead and screenshot them. I'll give you guys just some extra options that you can run through here. It's not really your steering settings that are going to be a problem for you, especially if you're on controller. It's not the steering settings.
Quit zoning out.
It's
We need to get out there.
it's actually the brake and the throttle settings that a lot of people are struggling with right now because of the overshoot. As far as I know, the overshoot hasn't still been fixed yet. But what I run, I'm actually very comfortable with. So I'll
Focus on your line. We
I'll
can
get
dial it
you
in from
some I'll get you some settings here. So hopefully you can see this on TikTok. I know that it's not full screen like my streams over on YouTube and the other platforms. But so this is my custom settings, right? So I have if you want to write this down too, you can. If not, you can just screenshot it. But I'll run through it just to let you kind of know. So you can write these numbers down in order, so you don't have to like actually write down what it's for. You can just write them down in order. I'll explain why I have them this way while you write them down. So my nonlinear is at 50. I left this at 50 just because I wanted my steering off the bat just to be a little on the slow side, just a little slow. I want to be able to use my throttle and my brake to help, you know, steer the car a little bit. That's exactly why I have that there. The dead zone at 5. This is simply just for that when I'm on the backstretch at racetracks. When I'm on a straight at like a road course, it just helps not having to put a whole lot of steering input just to keep the car straight going down the front or backstretch. Pretty straightforward. Overshoot at 0. You don't want any of this in your steering. I want my steering to be nice and smooth. I want my steering to be just like I said, just slightly slower, so that I could use the brakes and the throttle to help control the car a little bit. That's why my speed sensitive range on this is at 25, and that's why my speed sensitive linearity is at 100. I think 1 helps with your short track speed, like when you're at slower speeds, and 1 helps when you're at like Daytona, Talladega, 190 plus miles an hour speed. I forget which one helps with which. I know that I'll probably say it flipped, so I just won't explain which one does what. But 25 and 100, that's where I like those. And then the reduced dampening, this just smooths out the steering, so it's not so choppy, I guess is a good way to put it. I have that set to 60. Anywhere between like 40 and 60 is a good setting on this. I've messed with it a little bit, all over the place. So that's where that's I just leave mine on the upper side of that. I think just because I do use, um, I do kind of do my steering a little bit slower. I think that 60 helps a little bit more on that. But this is where it gets fun. This is where it gets fun. So this is your brake and your throttle. I have this very much set to help you be able to have full control from 0 throttle all the way through 100, really. That's why I have a dead zone on the brakes and I don't have a dead zone on the throttle, if you're noticing that. The rate nonlinear at 100 for the both of them. You definitely want that to be at 100 for the both. Brake dead zone at 10 and the overshoot at 0. Now you can adjust this. You can use your overshoot, but if you adjust your overshoot, say 10, you want to bring your nonlinearity down about 10. You want to move these two in tandem if you move them, right? I don't like the overshoot. I think that it makes the brakes and the throttle a little too touchy. To where if you're using a looser setup, you can potentially lose the car pretty much right when you're getting on throttle, and I don't like that. So I left my overshoot down at 0, but I have my rate, my nonlinear at 100. That allows me to just use the full. It just allows me to use the full action in the trigger. Basically, that's exactly why I did that. So again, if you want to screenshot these or write them down, whatever you got to do. This is the settings that I use, and I've been using them for quite a while. So I toyed with this because if you were using custom settings, you really struggled at the plate
Okay, we'll
races
get it ready
or
for you to get back out
at
there.
the intermediates too, where you'd get on the throttle and the AI would just walk you. And it wasn't a fun time at all. So I got it to where I'm at least respectable on the plate races. You'll lose like a spot or two maybe, but then at like the intermediate tracks and the short tracks, you hang on pretty well. You hang on pretty well. Kyler, 27
All right,
Kyler.
we're out.
Yeah, no problem, man. I hope that earns a follow on my end. I hope that the settings help you a lot. Kyler, I'll be on NASCAR 25 in a few doing a heist in
Give it
GTA.
everything
Hell
you
yeah,
got for one
hell
lap.
yeah.
No pressure, bud.
So I got 2 Kylers in here now. Nice. Yeah, but like I said, I like the ability to have full access to the throttle and brakes. You know, the full input of that throttle, and I also, I want to be able to use the brakes and the throttle to help steer the car as it were. So that's kind of how I came up with these settings. I saw someone actually post them on with PlayStation, and he had his
This is the one that counts.
he had his linearity and his overshoot set at 50, and it worked out really good for me. And then I figured out that you can move your linearity and your overshoot at the same rate in opposite directions. And it felt the same. It just gave me more control with the triggers, and I liked it a lot. I thought that it was really well balanced. This should be good for a
All right,
P5,
so
I'd
towards the
imagine.
front.
P6. Okay, not
We'll
bad.
make sure you got what you need on race day.
Not bad. I'll give you a follow. Right on, Kyler. I appreciate that. Also, if you want to see it in full screen, Kyler, when 27 Kyler over on TikTok. Now that I got multiple Kylers in here, I kind of got to be careful. If you want to, you can also go over to either Kick, YouTube, or Twitch, whichever one you like watching streams in full screen. I multi-stream to those platforms as well. So if you want to watch it in full screen when you're home, you can look up the same name, The Average Gamer 714, on any of those platforms, and you'll find me. And you can hit a follow over there too if you want to see it in full screen, my man. Got me some orange Sunkist because my store was actually out of my other orange soda, which was really depressing. But it is what it is. All right, so we go into the race before we go into the truck series, which is actually kind of convenient because it'll allow me to pull up a truck series setup while I do this race. And like I said, I've been using Dock Throttle for my setups. I like them a lot. I think that his setups are very well balanced. Very well balanced. Some of them at the smaller tracks could be a little bit tight, so you definitely got to loosen up some of them. However, He's got right now. He's got a playlist with 15 Xfinity setups, 20 truck setups, 14 ARCA setups. So I think that the way that shakes out is he's got all of them for the ARCA series. I think he's missing one or two in the truck series. Still needs work on the Xfinity series, and he's got one in the Cup series. So, like I said, I think that he's working through these setups in a career mode, because if you actually look at like the way that his playlists are for these setups, it's almost like he's working through them while he's going through career mode. But yeah, let's see what track is this? Kansas. Yeah, okay. So I could pull up the setup for Kansas and then pause it, which again, convenient. Make sure I can get this at full resolution here, because for some reason my YouTube's been defaulting to 720p video lately on my phone. Not sure why it's doing that, but it is what it is. But all right, we got some ARCA racing to do. I think the first couple of companion weekends we did,
Started now. Time to go.
Okay, 25 lapper. I'm assuming we probably go 15 laps or so on fuel. So we'll definitely be making at least one pit stop. But yeah, let's get on into it.
10 away. Go, go, go. Inside door.
But yeah, as you can see,
One low.
the AI doesn't really take off really horribly bad from you with my controller settings. Just when you're in fourth gear a little bit, they tend to get that, like, I don't know, NASCAR Heat 5-ish little mini speed boost for just a second when you're in fourth gear, and then you really catch back up to them.
Car still there. Up high. Clear outside. 3 wide.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that draft makes it a little bit tighter for sure. So let's check here. We got 10 laps of fuel, so it's a 2-stopper. All right.
1 low.
All right, so we got a 2-stopper. We'll definitely probably take 4 tires in fuel for both stops, I would imagine. Or at least 4 tires in fuel on the first one, and then 2 tires on the second stop.
1 inside. Clear inside.
Oh, yo, Dina Mullins, welcome into the chat. Holy, I swear, TikTok is the best place for me to get real drivers in here. I've had a couple of real drivers pop in here. It's been such a blast, I swear to God.
Inside door. 3 wide. Clear low if you want it.
Jared Khalif just subscribed. Welcome to the welcome into the community. I appreciate it.
Here 3 wide.
TikTok has been a really good place for some NASCAR drivers. I've had a couple of Truck Series drivers pop in. I've seen a bunch of ARCA drivers pop into our chat. Some of you guys have actually hit the follow button, which is really cool. But yeah, I gotta say, Dina, having the ARCA series in this game is such a boost up for the series as a whole. Not only for drivers like you guys to be able to get your name out there a little bit, but like NASCAR Heat 5, right? Like NASCAR Heat 3 through 5, you had that dirt series, and it was kind of like a made-up series, right? Well, now you're actually racing in like you're racing in the true NASCAR ladder, which is so dope. Shout out Dina Mullins in the chat. That's awesome. That is awesome. But also too, I think that, you know, with iRacing being able to get those licensings and be able to, wow, I'm actually having a really hard time running down Queen. Being able to get that extra step of realism in like a career mode for the fans to be able to race in is like super dope, I think. Because again, you always had like a custom, not real life series, I guess. Like it'd be like, you know, akin to something in real life, but like it'd always be like custom, like made up fantasy drivers basically. But having the ARCA series in here is pretty dope. And I also like the fact that the ARCA series race is completely different than any of the other series in the real life. Like that's also pretty dope too. Fun story. Ford made us change out CorvetteParts.net to TeenPart.net on our quarter panel. Huh. But that's kind of weird though, because I feel like in the ARCA series, like there's not really a whole lot of like manufacturer support. Like I guess if you're like on a bigger team, like Joe Gibbs per se, like maybe that would be the case. But like I don't know. I don't feel like that. Like manufacturer support is that big of an actual thing in the ARCA series. Like I might be totally wrong since NASCAR bought it out, but yeah, we get zero support. Well, then why would Ford make you change it out? That's kind of goofy. Oh, there's the wall. Yeah, that's something they need to fix in this game. You barely touch the wall, and this slows you down way too much. Way too much. We run it in real life. They wouldn't allow it in the game. Yeah, that must be a conflict. I would assume between Ford and iRacing. Then that's got to be a support issue. Would be my guess. Oh damn, we've already ran almost 10 laps. Wow, this race is flying by. Okay. We could loosen it up just a little bit over the long run. Over the long run, we're a little tight. Not horribly tight, but we could definitely tighten it up a little bit. So yeah, while we hit the straightaway, bam,
Bring it in. All right,
we'll change our strategy. So yeah, no, we're gonna need all the fuel we can get. Thank you very much. We'll do 4 tires on the first stop. I think the last stop we'll go ahead and do 2 tires. We'll figure that out. Wedge is already down there. Yeah, we'll go 47, I suppose. We'll go 1 round of wedge.
Bring it around and hit this time.
We'll be doing a live from the race shop tomorrow. I'm headed in. Have a good day. All right, I'll look out for that so we can tune in. I appreciate it. Again, shout out Dina Mullins stopping in for a little bit of a hangout. That's awesome.
Back it down, back it down.
Oh, damn it. I'm gonna miss pit road. That sucks. Went out way too late. We're gonna lose a good chunk of time here on pit road
You're
too.
low on fuel, driver.
Damn.
Leaders on pit road. Back it down, back it down.
My controller batteries are low. Damn. Okay. Well, hopefully we can make it through this race and I'll switch them out. Yeah, Kyler, sorry, I was more or less looking at the Dina Mullins comments. I'm sorry, man, I didn't really mean to, like, ignore you there. I seen that Kyle Busch is out after 2026. I don't feel like he would go without a ride, honestly. I think if someone like Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan had a chance to really jump on getting a guy like him, they definitely would.
Outside. One high. Clear outside.
Yeah, I cannot see a guy like Kyle Busch being without a ride. I could just see that as his contract expiring after 26 with Childress, to be honest.
Clear bottom.
Someone would pick him up. So yeah, missing pit road. That proved a little bit costly. We are definitely a little behind here.
Halfway point right there.
Zawalic also took over the lead on that cycle of pit stops. That's interesting. Non-shocking, I should say. But we should be able, there should be enough time left that we should be able to work our way back into at least our goal position here. Because we got 2, 4, 6 cars ahead of us. And then, like I said, I think we'll probably take fuel only on our last stop because there would only be 5 laps to go. So our tires shouldn't be taking that big of a hit. Yeah, this middle lane is definitely effective for us. We're able to pick up a lot of time.
Clear high. Carlo. Inside now.
You just had to block me, didn't you, bro?
10 to go. Stay high.
Alright, so we got 10 laps to go. Trape asks if I'm on controller. Yes, I am on controller. I think we'll switch over to steering wheel and pedals on the PC release when that game comes out. Because I will be getting it on PC. Oh, just to help with the stream quality a little bit. For whatever reason, the capture card's been messing up my quality, and I'm not sure why.
Clear low.
So when we start doing it over on PC to do the PC streams, we will. However, I will still be doing online racing on Xbox, just so that some of my Xbox followers, we can do some live racing together. But yeah, we are 100% on controller. Yeah.
Car high.
Oh, golly, got a little tight there. Holy.
Clear high. Outside now. Clear high.
And honestly, lap traffic might actually help us out here. We might actually be able to definitely get into our top 3 here if these lap cars continue to help us out a little bit here.
One up high. Clear high. One up high. Clear high.
Not exactly sure who over here is up for position. We're gonna
one low.
pit pretty quick here.
All clear. Come to pit road this time. Slow down, slow down.
Yeah, I think we'll pit next time by. So on the back stretch here, we'll take a look at our strategy.
Inside. Clear bottom. Okay, make any adjustments.
Okay, yeah, so that puts us in at 9 laps on fuel, so that's good. By the way, I would just like to say, we've had a decent amount of ARCA drivers stop in, like on TikTok Live. One on YouTube, I believe. It's really cool when ARCA drivers get to say that it's really cool to see themselves in a NASCAR game. It's also really cool when they stop in on someone like me, right? Like, I'm not a big content creator. I'm not the biggest streamer in the world. I mean, I'm quite small, right? Like, I'm looking at my multi-chat right now, and we got 3 viewers across all of our platforms, right? Except for the fact that this doesn't actually account for TikTok. It won't show me TikTok. I don't like, it'll show me the multi-chat, but it won't show me how many people are actually watching on TikTok through Streamlabs. But when these ARCA drivers get to say, like, it's super cool to see myself in a video game, or like someone who just went from ARCA, it's like someone who just moved up from ARCA to the truck series, when they get to say that, like, that is super dope too.
Car high. Clear up top.
You know, like Malozzi for
Backer
in
down,
the oh boy, coming in hot. you know, yeah, Stephen Malozzi, he gave us a follow. He stops in pretty much any time that he's not at the racetrack. So like on our weekday streams, he stops in and says hi like every single time since he started following. It's just really cool when those small time drivers get super excited. You know, like when those small time drivers get to be like, we're in a video game. This is so dope. Like they deserve it. You know what I mean? Like they deserve it.
Leaders pitting. You're clear out.
Oh man, worn tires are a killer. All right, let's hope that some of these other people are gonna end up pitting so that we can get some of these spots back. Because I would like at least top 5 if we don't hit our goal here, which just looks like this is about where we were before pit stops happened.
Leaders in the pits.
Yeah, this is definitely where we were right before we pitted. We were just outside the top 5.
Outside now. Clear up top. Clear up top.
I believe we had just passed this Phoenix car before we came into the pit. So yeah, we actually didn't lose time on pit road that time. Well, I mean, okay, we lost a spot, but yeah, actually, they must have done an update with their their pit sequencing there to so that players don't drop, you know, 4 to 6 spots on pit road because of the animation. So good on iRacing.
Car inside.
How are we looking on tires? Are tires looking all right? Oh yeah, we'll make it to the end. We're coming to 2 to go. Yeah, this setup by Doc Throttle, he nailed this setup, man. All right, are one of these guys for a position? Probably not. I'd imagine the top 3 are all pretty much right on top of each other. Yeah, they are.
One on the bottom. 3 wide.
Oh,
Clear low.
Got a little snappy loose right off the corner there.
1 to go.
So yeah, Queen, Scott, and Zawalish running pretty much all a second from each other. That first pit stop definitely hurt us. Let's see, Jesus Manuel Ortiz. Hello, welcome to the chat, man. Welcome. You must be a first-time viewer. Welcome in, my man. Welcome in. But yeah, other than that first pit stop being a total killer, this I would call this race a success. We're just gonna miss our sponsor goal, but that's not the end of the world. Yeah, not the end of the world to miss out on the goal. Should still be a pretty decent day though. Cole Raz, better clean it up before driving into someone who will take you out. Okay, let me just say, I don't remember running into anybody. I bump drafted somebody down the backstretch a couple times, but that's really about it. Thank you very much. I thought I was having a good drive, and then AJ Whitek scraped me pretty good. Not classy. I did not, Lawless Allen. Thank you very much, but nice try. Zawalic, remember, we're out here racing, not playing bumper cars. Bro, I didn't see you not once during the entire race. I don't know what you're talking about. After the race, Cletus McFarland pulled AJ Whitek in for a hug. Now let's haul some competition. Listen, if I got a real life hug from the real life Cletus McFarland, that'd be fucking dope. Cletus is the GOAT, so let's go. Guys, y'all gotta start telling me when my hair is doing goofy stuff so I can fix it. Golly. Thanks for the heads up, everybody. Alright, now we got Truck Series. Is that some green on my paint scheme that I
All right,
see?
let's go get some practice laps in. See what we got.
All right, let's go ahead and pull up the setup here. Like I said, for those of you who are just tuning in, I use Doc Throttle on YouTube. I use his setups. I started using his custom setups outside of career mode. Um, and I tried him at this 102 and 103 difficulty outside of career mode. His setups are actually pretty good. Like I said, I think that some of
Come
them
on, buddy,
are
this
a
ain't
little
NASCAR,
on the
it's
snug
NASCAR.
side. Oh, mom must be home. The dogs are starting to howl a little bit. Hold on one second. I gotta mute while I put the setup in.
What do you need out there? Fire
All right.
up and let's
I
go.
just muted real quick just because the dogs like to howl pretty loudly when mom gets home from work for her lunch hour. But so like I said, with this guy's setups, his setups are actually really well balanced. Some of them are a little tight at some racetracks. So what I do is obviously I'll put his setup in. I'll go a couple laps. I'll make some adjustments to loosen it up a little bit. Obviously, those setup adjustments aren't completely indicative of a full run, but usually within the first 2 or 3 laps, I can tell if it's going to be too tight or not. Completely burn up the right front. All right, so our goal time not showing up yet. Goal time is a 32.1. I know you guys can't see that. For those of you who are able to watch full screen because of my camera, those of you on TikTok might be able to see it, but we have a 32.1 as a goal time. And I think our goal time is for a top 7, I believe, is what our contract thing is for the truck series right now. So we're almost able to run wide open on both ends of the racetrack.
That was a great lap.
We met our goal time. All right.
We've got our numbers. Your call to bring it in or stay out.
So we'll go ahead and end there. How many points do you have in the playoffs? I don't know how many playoff points we have actually. We'll have to check that after this race. I don't know if you actually can see it until you get to the playoffs in this game. I know that you can see like the season standings, but I don't remember being able to see playoff points. I'll have to look. When does this game come to PC, Troy? Good question. It comes November 11th, so we got just a little over 2 weeks. Just under 3 weeks, so like 2.5 weeks. Okay, so setup's pretty well balanced. It's pretty well balanced. Let's
Qualifying.
see
Here
if
we
there's
go.
any
Okay, let's make some
sensible
changes.
adjustments here that we can make. Because it feels really good. I wonder if maybe taking that sway bar to a 188 would let us. Oh, it jumps all the way down to an 094. I thought there was a 188 in there. What can we do? What can we do just to make it a little looser without making it like really loose? Let's see. What's the other spring option here? 310. I think maybe we'll just leave it.
We're up. Get out there.
Maybe we'll just leave it. Say what? Oh.
You done staring at the dash? Flip the switch. Let's go.
I am done staring at the dash, actually. We can go qualify now. Alright, so. Nice. Setup feels pretty good. Almost full throttle all the way around the racetrack.
Stay on your blend line now.
So we're either going to be right on our goal time or just outside of it for qualifying, because they tend to pick up about a 10th for qualifying, if I remember right. See, we just got to barely get off the throttle in turn 1 here. It should be a pretty good qualifying lap, actually. Same thing in turn 3, just barely got to touch that throttle, and then right back to it.
Top 5. Starting with the leaders on race day.
Oh, okay, so our that's a weird goal, because I think it goes top 7, top 5, top 3, but that one's a top 6, but we definitely got it. So yeah, Corey Heim, Tricon, up top, as always, go figure. Lane Riggs, Chandler Smith, Kyle Larson, and then us to round out the top 5. Tyler Ankrum, Ty Majeski, Grant Infinger, Caden Honeycutt in the top 10, as well as Daniel Hemrick. So let's go ahead and get into this race here, shall we? Figure out how many laps there are. Should be might be similar to the ARC race in terms of length, but we do have stages in the truck series. So
NASCAR Truck Series racing as we go trackside for the most famous birds in all of motorsports. Driver, start your engine!
Time to go. Good luck out there.
all right, 34 laps, so an extra 9 laps comparative. Goal of a top 6. All right. A win might actually be obtainable here at Kansas if we don't miss if we don't miss the green flag pit stop in that last stage, if we have to have one.
Green, green, green. High side now.
All right, 7 laps in the first stage, 11 laps worth of fuel,
Outside now.
so we shouldn't have to pit until the stage ends, so that's good. How do you think the driving is compared to iRacing? Obviously it's different, inherently different, just because they're on 2 completely different game engines. This is on Unreal, and obviously iRacing in itself is its own engine.
Clear high if you want it.
I know that
Outside.
iRacing is also doing a new complete graphics overhaul, like a complete graphics overhaul. Oh, we're 3 wide.
Clear up top.
So there's also that. However, the
Clear low
physics
if you want
are, I would say close.
Inside.
I wouldn't say like very close, but there's it's similar. You could definitely tell that it came from iRacing Studios, if that makes sense.
Inside.
But also the way that you make in-car adjustments, like on your car setup, that's where you can kind of tell that it was Monster Games that developed it, if that makes sense. Oh wow, yeah, actually a win is very obtainable today at Kansas, which is good. We need a win, because the first few races of this truck series kind of put us in a hole money-wise. I would, and here's the thing too, I don't have steering wheel and pedals yet, and I'm also not on PC, so I can't really compare it, you know, one-to-one.
Clear inside.
I do think that once you get into custom setups and you get into taking away all the driving assists, and then you make the AI as hard as you can, I would say that it becomes more... Oh, on the apron. I would say that it comes a little closer to that simulation like iRacing more than it is an arcade racer. Because this game truly is a simcade. Like, you can make it a simulation if you want, and you can make it an arcade if you want. It's all on how you set up the game in the settings, right? So again, me not being on steering wheel and pedals, I can't compare them one-to-one, and I know that with the car setup, there's a lot more that you could do on iRacing. So maybe for NASCAR 26, they expand upon what you can do in custom setups. But it is obvious that they at least get their car physics data the same way that they do in iRacing, so that's where you can see and feel the similarities.
Outside door.
Obviously, the sounds and the look is pretty close.
Out in front, nice job.
I know that you can't see how close it is just because of video compression when I'm streaming.
Clear high as you want it.
But like when I'm racing this game, when I'm not streaming,
White flag, keep it up.
I could tell that they're all iRacing aspects. The sounds, the vehicles, you could tell that it's iRacing. But yeah, I would say if you put the game on expert mode, no assists, you make the AI as hard as you can, you really dive into custom setups, I would say that it gets semi-decently close to iRacing. That's how I would put that.
There's 10 points.
Wow, that's 7 laps went super fast. I know that was a really long answer, but I hope that answers your question, Robert. Yes, we should pit, and do we take tires? Yeah, we probably should. Probably should.
Here we come, fellas. Be
Now,
ready.
that, Robert, I will agree with. It is a lot closer to iRacing than it is to NASCAR Ignition, NASCAR Heat 4 and 5. There, I definitely agree with you. Yeah, so we'll take tires. Hopefully taking tires doesn't bite us.
Pace cars up.
All right, very well.
Be ready now. Green.
However, Ron, I will say one thing though. Like, if you're someone who's coming in new, and you have some pretty mild assists, and you kind of leave the AI at in a neutral state, I guess would be the word I would use. You can actually make this game kind of drive like NASCAR Heat 5.
We lost the lead. Let's get it back.
So like I said, I think that's where iRacing did a very good job with Monster Games to make this game drive drastically different based on how you run the assists and the AI. So I will say that I think that there's a very wide range in how this game can race and feel based on what you do in the settings menu.
Outside.
All right, listen here,
Clear
Corey.
outside.
I need a win, so I'm going to kindly just squeak past you here going into 3 and 4, all right?
Great job. You got it.
Thank you, sir.
Clear outside.
But yeah, if you're someone like, you know, you or I, who probably races with no assists, you turn the AI up as hard as you can get it. Yeah, I would say that it's definitely closer to iRacing than anything else. Yeah. Without, you know, with no assist in practically the hardest difficulty, yeah, it's definitely closer to iRacing. I agree with you. All right, so we are at a 102 difficulty, right? Depending on how this race finishes and maybe how Charlotte goes, we might bump the AI difficulty up to 103 or 104, because we're actually kind of being able to run away from them here a little bit. So we might be looking to turn up our difficulty here in the next race. Like I said, I had this at 102 difficulty when I wasn't using setups. I was just using like the slider setup. But now that I'm diving into custom setups and I'm kind of understanding how setups actually like affect the car, I think we'll definitely bump up the difficulty. So if you guys want to take a vote in chat, if you want us to go up to 103 or 104, just a yes or no, we'll make this game just a little bit harder to drive. We're starting to think that 102 with custom setups is getting kind of easy for us here.
Two to go now.
Let's see, what's our tire wear looking like? Do I need to take any wedge out for the final run? If we do, it's not a lot. Our tire wear is actually pretty consistent.
White flag right here.
Maybe just around a wedge. Yeah, we're actually able to even put a little bit of a gap on the truck here at 102. So yeah, I think we'll go up to 103, 104 at Charlotte for the next race for sure. I can already tell you that Lime Rock is definitely going to be a struggle. I'm not going to like doing that race, but it is what it is.
Nice, 10 points for that stage.
But yeah, Ron, I mean, like I was saying though, to iRacing's credit though, I think they did a really nice job of giving everybody a way to make this game drive really, really they very much catered.
Now, fellas, be ready.
And it's hard to say this because I don't think that a lot of games do this very well. I think F1 does it very well, although I haven't played an F1 game in like a really long time, unfortunately. I do think that Forza also does it really well. The ability to cater to kind of everybody, right? Where based on your setups and how you go through the settings, you know, you could be a guy that wants to just come home from work and just kind of mess around on a big 70-inch TV and just have a good time. You can make it kind of like that arcadey, you know, NASCAR Heat 4 or 5 feel. But also, too, like I said, you can drop all of your assists, make the AI as hard as you can, and you can race it like a simulation for real. Like I think they did such a good job catering to everybody. And not a lot of people do that on a year one release, you know.
Car outside.
All right, so as you can see, the nighttime racing bug on Series S is kind of biting us again. Slight frame rate drop, not horrible, but it's there. I can see it on the restart, but maybe after a couple laps of green flag racing, it'll go away.
Still there. Clear high.
I know you guys can't see it because of video compression and what else not, but they did put out an update for the nighttime racing, because when the game came out, the nighttime racing was pretty terrible. They had a horrible bloom effect. It looked like that there was like really bad dust in the air, I guess is how I would explain it. They did put out an update to fix that, so the nighttime racing does look a lot clearer. It's just a shame that because of, you know, streaming compression, you guys don't see that difference, but I definitely see it. Alright, so that one round of wedge definitely helped. We're almost full throttle all the way around this track. Just barely burping the throttle here. Let's see, is this a 1 or a 2 stop to get to the end? 20, let's see, lap 18. So it might be a 2 stopper, 1 for fuel at the end. Might be a 2 stopper. Yeah, I'm thinking we definitely up this difficulty just a little bit more going into Charlotte. Once again, something that they need to fix in the game. You hit the wall going down the front stretch. It's like it tells the truck to just stomp on the brakes real quick for you. Not a fan of that. Alright, so let's not mess up our pit road entrance. And we should be able to... Okay, yeah, so also too, our frame rates are back up at 60 locked. I can tell that it's a lot more fluid. So it's just on the restarts, it looks like we have that frame rate issue still when everyone's bunched up together. But once the field gets spread out after a lap or two, it goes back up. So that's good. Actually, this might be a 1-stopper. We might be able to make it on 1 stop if we run this fuel all the way out as far as we can. What do you guys think in chat? Should we take all 4 tires, or should we take 2 tires and see if the left sides will hold on for an entire run? I don't know if they will or not. It's kind of hard to say. Because if we're above 50%, and we have just under another fuel run to run, logic would say that our left side should be able to hold on, and we should be able to put some distance on the field. We'll see what it recommends for a pit stop, though.
Try to coast a little if you can. Save us some fuel.
We'll see what it recommends. If it recommends right sides, we'll take it.
Bring it in and pit this time.
Alright, so it's recommending all 4. Alright, chat. Let's figure this out. Should we gamble on 2 tires? I'm kind of thinking we take the gamble on 2 tires. Because we're at 53. I don't know, man. Maybe we'll stick with it. We'll take all 4.
Slow down now. Try to save some fuel if you can.
Alright, so we're getting better at our pit road entrances, too.
We'll get the lead back.
I'm starting to remember that there's 2 different cones. There's one up front, and then there's the one where your pit road speed's actually enforced. So we're getting a little bit better at our pit road entrances here. Oh, I gotta update our fire suits, by the way. I think we just have a blank fire suit for the truck series. We gotta change that. All right, let's see. Are we gonna lose any spots here on pit? Why are we sitting there for a whole like second and a half? That's uncalled for. All right, good pit stop. How about that? We didn't lose any spots on pit road.
We got the lead.
On a side note, by the way, I like how like if you pit like a lap early and you have those fresher tires, it does affect like where other people come out compared to you, like it does in real life. Because like having that one lap fresher tire really does make a difference. Like we've seen that in real life NASCAR like all the time, where someone will pit a lap or two early and be able to gain X amount of seconds just because they have fresher tires for like a lap. You know what I mean? So I think that's a nice little touch. So we got Larson right behind us in second. Riggs has moved up to second. Hemrick and Ankrum rounds out the top five. Corey Heim was running right behind us in second. So either he got slowed up on pit road from the other AIs pitting, or since we all pitted a lap early, those fresh tires really help us. But yeah, we will indeed be upping the difficulty. I think that needs to happen. I think that now that I'm understanding custom setups, I think that 102 is a little bit on the easy side. So we'll be turning it up for sure. And then I made the AI. I made their lap times a little bit more consistent.
5 to go now.
I think that right around 30 laps at a track like this makes sense for when you would catch up to lap cars. I'm not sure if I should, compress the field a little bit more in the AI settings. We'll take a look at that as well.
One up high. Clear, clear. Car inside.
Let's see, what's that question?
Clear road if you want it.
Captain Produce 1, does this game have the nose camera angle? Yes, it does.
One
Right
low.
there for you. It does indeed have
You're
the
all
camera nose. So yeah, I'll run through them all. So you got your far back cockpit view, which
side
shows you everything. You got a close chase.
Clear all
You have a far chase. You have a hood view, a roof cam, which is one of my personal favorites for online racing. You have your nose camera, and then you have your close cockpit view. So Terry, good question. The level of difficulty actually is not easy, veteran, pro. It's on a sliding scale from like 85 to 105. So I'm not 100% sure on what that would
Inside door.
equate to. I would assume that 105 is like pro,
Clear bottom.
100 is maybe like expert. I would I'm running at 102 right now, and with custom setups, it feels a little easy, so I'm going to bump it up to 104, 105 after this race.
White flag here.
But yeah, it's a sliding scale, 85 to
Try to close the
105.
middle if you can. Save us some fuel.
Yeah, if you don't use setups, and you don't use assists, and you're pretty good at driving racing games, somewhere between 99 and 100, or like 98 and 10 and like 100 would be a really good spot to start.
Clear. One
That's where
inside.
I started.
Amazing win. Great work out there, driver. You're unbelievable.
Yeah, we're gonna turn up the difficulty. We kind of blew him away in this race. Is disconnected. Attempting to reconnect. That's not good. Which stream disconnected? Yeah. So it looks like all of them did. Nope. We're back. We're back. We're back. Um. Okay. So are we actually live on? Ah, Jesus. For some drop frames detected. Yep. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So simple to loosen or tighten. Yes. It definitely is. You can just run one of the like predetermined setups that they have 25, 50, 75% total loose or tight, whichever one you want. The only thing that I don't like is that it doesn't have the only thing I don't like is that it doesn't have what's it called? Like if you go from one of the tight or loose setups and then you go into custom, like it doesn't start you at that point. It starts you at the neutral setup. Um so that's a little unfortunate. Yeah, here let me check and see where we're at on the other streams. Hold on one second. Let me see here. Okay, so our stream on TikTok is still good. I can see that. YouTube has an issue with it being green. I'm not sure what that is. Let me see if oh no, we might have to restart our live here, folks, because our YouTube is down. What about our kick? Is our kick down as well? Nope, kick is still up. What about Twitch? Twitch still up? You're good on TikTok. Yeah, I appreciate that, Terry. I'm looking at all my streams right now because our YouTube's having some issues. TikTok is so is Twitch. Twitch is good. So why isn't let me see here. Drop frames. Let's see. Stop streaming to access these control. Check the health of your internet connection. Yeah, no, our internet connection's fine. I can see that. Um. So why is our YouTube stream all goofy? Problem is I can't just drop one of the streams. I'd have to end all streams and restart, and I really don't want to do that. Here, let me see. Can I do it this way? Notifications, stop stream, URL, real stream, Streamlabs. Yeah, no, that's not the problem that I'm having. It's not. Oh boy. Yeah, that's my TikTok live center. Yeah, so we're good on everything except for YouTube. Why is YouTube all goofy? Damn, that's not what we want. We don't want green on YouTube. We want YouTube to see it just like everybody else. I just bought it. Downloading it now. Nice, Robert. Um, yeah, no, Terry, you're good with all the questions. By the way, you can ask all the questions you want. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. If not, I have a couple of people that I could recommend you to on YouTube too. To kind of get some of the questions that you're looking at. By the way, 6 new followers over on TikTok. I'm sorry I didn't catch it. Streamlabs is the only one. Streamlabs TikTok's the only one that won't show me new followers for some reason. I apologize for that, but I definitely appreciate all of you guys that are following over on TikTok. Just so you know. Yeah, let me see here. Why can't I get? Let me see if I go into YouTube. Can I reconnect the stream? I think I can actually. I just have to paste the URL from YouTube Studio. Only want the game because of career mode? Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. However, I will say this though. Online racing, if you have some friends that you like to race with on like other games, or if you get a good lobby, like if you do the iRacing events that they do, you have to be a certain skill level to be able to race in those. So if you do those skill races, um, the online racing could be pretty fun too. All right, view live control room. Warning: this video is interlaced, but interlaced video is not supported. Why is it doing that? Okay. Can I stop the stream and restart it? Yeah, no, I can't. This current video is interlaced, but interlaced video is not supported. How is it interlaced? Like, what happened? I don't get, because it was streaming just fine a minute ago. The thing is I don't want to exit and restart the stream for everybody. Do I have an interlacing settings on my video? There's no way I do, right? Downscaler effect. Yeah, no, that's not what it is. Advanced settings in video. White level, normal peak. Nope, that's my audio monitoring. That's not what it is. Replay buffer. That's normal. Yeah, I don't have an interlacing. I don't have interlacing set on. I don't even have interlacing set on here, so I'm not sure. Not sure what that's all about. Yeah, stream settings, stream key, auto detect, auto generated. Yeah, nope, that's fine. Hmm. Yeah, no, that's hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, Kyler, that's fine for you to go to a different thing. I just if I know that we get a good amount of views over on YouTube during the course of the stream. I just want to be able to make sure that everybody else can see it. Um, man, that's unfortunate. Let's see here. Yeah, 25% dropped frames over the last 2 minutes. Is it something in my graphics card settings? I mean, it can't be because I'm only streaming. My global experience. Yeah, no, it's not HyperRX power, so that's not it. I just want to know why it's saying that my video is interlaced, because it's definitely not interlaced. How do I disconnect the stream and then reconnect? Like that's what I want to figure out. Hmm. Sorry, folks. While I figure this out, I just want YouTube to be able to see this just like you guys. The rest of you guys, since the streams are fine. I just don't get it. View your live stream in a web browser. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Let's see, if I update the settings, would it update the live for YouTube? Oh man, I gotta retype this out. That's unfortunate. Hold on, just work with me for a minute here, folks. We'll be back to the racing in just a second. Uh, yeah, let's see if I can get around it by doing this. Just by see if I can get around it by doing it this way. I mean, all it's gonna update is just the only thing it's gonna really update is the title, I think. But if I get lucky, it should update the stream URL. And it did not. Well, I gotta wait for this. Because I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'm not even over on my bit rate. On bit rate for YouTube, you can go up to like 12,000 for 1080p, and I'm only at 8. So I'm surprised because usually at 8,000, bit rate, typically Twitch has the problems, and Twitch is actually doing fairly well. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and actually restart stream. Unfortunately, for as much as I don't want to, um, I need to make sure that YouTube can see everything just like everybody else can. So I'm not sure what this is all about. We'll get you right back into the game super quick. The only thing I'm gonna do is enable low latency mode inside of my stream. Maybe that is what the problem was. I'm not sure. First time I've had a problem on YouTube. So we'll go ahead and restart stream. So we'll be right back. So just